We had a lead hypothesis within the police that she had entered the river.
We had a lead hypothesis within the police that she had entered the river. Well, how did she enter the river? That's a bit of a loose term. Did she fall into the river? Was she pushed into the river? Was she kidnapped and put into the river at a later date? Could you elaborate?
And that is where she would be located. That lead hypothesis proved to sadly be correct.
That lead hypothesis proved sadly to be correct. What, that she entered the water? I mean, are you not going to try to find out how she ended up there?
Our thoughts are with her family and friends. And whilst that lead hypothesis proved to be correct,
I mean, how many times is he going to say that, guys? He seems really proud of the fact that his hypothesis was proven to be correct. But if we look at which hypothesis he's talking about a hypothesis where she must have fallen into the river or she entered the river. He's got absolutely no idea what happened to her, and he doesn't seem like he's going to try to find out.
And whilst that meant that significant resources from across the constabulary were put into that search.
Significant resources were put into that search, and they couldn't find her. Even private forensic specialists like Peter Folding, experts with the best equipment, and they couldn't find her because she wasn't there.
Members of the public still have questions around the search and investigation and elements of how it was conducted, and in particular the release of personal and sensitive information relating to Nicola. And
personal information relating to Nicola? You can say that again. You literally made her look like she's an alcoholic when she couldn't have been, because otherwise her partner wouldn't have let her drive the kids to school.
Therefore, I have commissioned the College of Policing, which is the independent national body for policing standards, to conduct a complete, professional, independent review of the investigation, the communication and the engagement, and, of course, the release of that personal information. I think it's right that Ofcom are particularly interested in looking into the complaints that the family have. I think there has been a significant intrusion of their privacy. I would also say that there have been some pretty personal attacks on senior people in policing, and including myself, who wasn't directly involved in the investigation because I'm not part of the operational policing element of the constabulary. My 9-month-old son wasn't even spared a mention in one of the tabloid newspapers. So
well, if you don't want the tabloid newspapers to talk about your private life, maybe you shouldn't post things about your private life on Twitter. Guys, about 87 minutes after they released Nicola Bulley's private information, this man was seen taking a selfie, smiling, and posting himself on Twitter with a caption stating, "That's a wrap."
So it has got very personal, it's got very vitriol, and it has felt at sometimes that certain elements of the media have been determined to expose whatever information they can and undermine the police investigation. And I think Ofcom do need to look at that.